England colony. A second group to settle the Massachusetts Bay. He wanted his colony to be seen as an example of Christian living. In 1630, John was elected governor of the Massachusetts colony. He worked the Massachusetts colony to be a perfect colony. He later became governor of the colony. He later on agreed to expel Roger Williams for Roger's belief. John and other Puritan leaders thought that no people should disagree with them.
White men could only
Was a minister in Salem. He and his followers thought that their church should separate from the colonial government and the strict rule of England. He also believed that people should not be punished for their beliefs and Indians should be treated equally. He was expelled for this belief. He and his family moved to the Narragansett Bay with the Narragansett Indians. He bought land from them and built a settlement called Providence. People who lived there had the freedom of religion. Indians were also treated kindly. Everyone had to obey the church. People would get expelled if they didn't listen to the church. White men who owned land were the only ones to vote. You could not sleep in church. You would be punished in front of the church if you slept in church. You cannot speak out against the church or not go. You will be put in wooden stocks or even expelled. I was just expelled from the Massachusetts colony a week ago. I questioned the teachings of the Puritan ministers and was charged for sedition. They agreed to expel me, so I had to leave the colony forever. My family and some of my followers left with me too. We are planning to publish a new settlement. I hope it will be successful, have good teachings of God, and a hard-working settlement. To the Americas and settled in a place we call New England. We come to start farms and make our church here. Our day starts and we all get some cornbread. I go outside and sit after breakfast. I go outside right after breakfast and plow the fields and plant crops. After working on the field, I take a drink of water and eat a potato and a slab of dried meat. Later in the afternoon, I go hunt with a few neighbors until dark. I eat my dinner with my family and make barrels after that. The old Cooper Common, General Store, Stock, Meeting House, School, and homes make up the New England Village. A New England village. People who live there have to work together and share resources to help the village thrive. They also have jobs to do. Only men could vote when it comes to the government. Houses were built along the common and the meeting house also stayed near the common. They had to make candles and soap from animal fat. They also made clothes and took care of their children. They also prepared food for the family and preserved food for the long winter. Children washed the dishes and helped their parents. Men hunted for food. They cut wood and made tools. They also guarded the town. They grew crops and plowed the field. Believed that everyone should be able to read the Bible. In 1647, Massachusetts passed a law for every village with at least 50 families to have a school. A normal school would have one room and one male teacher. They were very strict and whipped whoever misbehaved or got a question wrong. People who invented the hornbook with the alphabet and the alphabet. Lots of New England families had vegetable gardens. Most farms had some animals like cows, horses, chickens, and goats. The dirt in New England was rocky and they had to clear trees to plant things there. Winters were harsh and made it hard to grow plants. New England traded with England for goods. If someone had less of something, they would raise the price. It was also dangerous to travel by ship because there was bad weather. In New England, trees and wood were abundant, so ships were not expensive and they were affordable. Towns can transport logs by floating them down the river. Tar was from turpentine and pitch from pine was used to seal the wood. And chips so they don't. Coastal New England colonies thrived because they caught a large amount of fish. They could sell them or eat it. They dried fish and sent them in barrels to other colonies or England. They also hunted whales. Lots of whalers hunted near the shore, so all the whales near the shore were rare now. They had to go far out into the ocean to catch whales. This took a few months or years. Whale fat and oil